everybody, it's Bonnie from the Dallas Baylor FitSteps location, and today's video is going to focus on the lower body. So what we have for you today is 2 different exercise blocks. Each exercise block has 3 exercises in it, and what we're going to do is we're going to go a minute on, 20 seconds off. So we will complete a minute of each exercise, about 20-second break in between, and then move to the next exercise. Once we finish with an exercise block, we'll get a little bit break in between before moving to the next exercise block. So the idea behind doing a minute on instead of for reps is so that you can go at your own pace. So with each exercise, you can take your time with the form and take your time with the reps to make sure that you're getting quality reps so that you don't have to keep up with me and you can go at your own pace, whatever you are comfortable with. So let's go ahead and get warm and we'll get started. All right, so let's get started with that warm up. We're gonna start with a simple, nice march. So just getting those knees up, pumping those arms, and go at your own pace. But as you get a little bit warmer, you can kind of speed it up to get that heart rate up. Remember, you can do this also in the chair if you'd like, seat at the edge, like so. Just whatever version you do, make sure you drive that knee up, keep that core tight, and that upper body nice and tall. We're gonna go for about a minute. Pump those arms, get that knee up. Good. Getting that heart rate up to get to all those large muscles. Almost there. 15 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Next warm-up move is going to be a butt kick. So just driving that heel back, using the chair for balance if you need to. If not, you can get those arms involved a little bit as well. But if you need that extra balance, please feel free to hold onto a wall, a chair, a table, anything sturdy. But the idea here is to kind of stretch out that quad and to wake up those hamstrings. And obviously to get that heart rate up. Keep going. Doing great, guys. Keep it up. Few more seconds here. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Next warm-up move is going to be a windmill. So you can do this standing or seated. I'll demonstrate both. But we're going wide stance here, arms overhead, opposite arm to opposite toe. Bending, hinging over, keeping that back straight. All right, now if you struggle with flexibility, you can go opposite hand to opposite knee. As long as you feel that kind of stretch in your hamstrings. You can also do the seated, same thing. Wide feet, crossing over, keeping that upper body nice and tall. You can also go to your knees here. All right, here we go, about a minute on, and 3, 2, 1, here we go. Hinging over at those hips, try to keep that upper body nice and tall. It's a great way to get that heart rate up, especially as we bring those arms overhead. Going at your own pace. Keep it up, guys. We're almost there. A few more. Feel that stretch in your hamstring. And 3, 2, give me one more here. 1, all the way up. Great job. Next warm-up move is going to be a modified jumping jack, or a step out, as I like to call it. Arms are at your side. What we're going to go is step out, arms overhead, and repeat here. All right, kind of getting those abductors involved as well as getting that heart rate up. You can do this seated, and it is the same thing. Arms at your sides, you're nice tall, and you're stepping out like so. All right, whatever version you want to do, just make sure you're standing up nice and tall, engaging those cores and those abductors. Let's begin here in 3, 2, 1. Good. Getting that upper body loose as well. Even though it's a lower body focused video, we make sure that we get that upper body warm as well. Keep going. Again, go at your own pace. As you begin to feel a little bit warmer, you can kind of speed it up. You guys speed up the pace a little bit. Few more here. And 3, 2, 1. Great job. Last warm-up move is going to be a chair stand. So in a warm-up, we like to do a lot of moves that are similar to the exercises that we'll be doing in the actual exercise portion of this video. So, being that that is true, we want to make sure that we get a few chair squats involved so that our muscles can get ready to perform them perfectly. We want to make sure that we can focus on form as well. So, feet are a little bit wider than hip width apart. We're at the edge of our seat, sitting up nice and tall with our upper body. We're going to lean forward slightly with the upper body and then push up through those heels. So toes should be facing up. We're going to push through our heels. Keep those knees out. Stand. Squeeze those glutes. Then have your hips come down and back. Weighten those heels as you find your seat and repeat. So we're going to go 5 chair squats at your own pace, nice and slow. The big emphasis here is form. Here we go. Feet are about hip width apart. Big deep breath. Let's lean forward. Push through those heels. Toes are up, flexed. Squeeze those glutes. Hips come down and back. Find that as your seat. And again. Here we go. Lean forward. Push through those heels. Squeeze those glutes. Hips come down and back. Core is tight. Here we go. A few more. Forward. Heels. Stand. Glutes. Core. Hips. Keep it going. Forward, heels. Make sure those knees don't come in. If you struggle with your knees buckling in when you stand up or sit down, feel free to put a pillow in between to just kind of keep that reminder. Here we go. A few more. Forward, heels. Stand, glutes, hips down and back. And last one. Here we go. Forward, heels, glutes, core, and hips. Great job. All right, everyone, so now that our warm-up is complete, let's go ahead and move into the exercise portion of this video. So we are going to start with chair stands. So we just finished up with them, so we should be familiar. Now remember, we are going a minute on of each exercise. It is so important that you remember, go at your own pace. So the whole idea of going for time and not for reps, because we want the big emphasis here to be on form. So we're going to demonstrate each exercise and show you the modification, and then we'll go for a minute on before demonstrating the next one. So first move is a chair squat. So again, just like we just did, come at the edge of your seat, standing up nice and tall with your upper body. Feet are a little bit wider than hip width apart. And your weight is going to be in your heels. So you want to make sure that your toes are flexed up. We just don't want our weight to come onto our toes, right? We don't want to be forward. We want to be nice and balanced. So much like the warm-up, we are going to lean forward with the upper body, push up through those heels, come to the standing position, squeeze our glutes, and then core is tight, hips come down and back as we find that seat once again. Now, a good modification would be to just focus on driving those knees up. So if a chair stand is something difficult for you, or if you feel halfway through the exercise that you need to modify, please feel free. Modifications are there for a reason. So if at any point you feel like it's too much, or maybe you're in pain, use the modification. So modification would be here, a high knee or a knee drive. What you would do is same thing, you would start at the edge of your seat, standing up nice and tall, and then you would drive that knee up. So just switching knees each time. I'm going to turn to the side so you can get another angle. Edge of your seat, driving that knee up, alternating knees for a minute. Now, again, feel free if you go for 15 seconds and think that you need to go down to the modification, please feel free to use that. It is there for a reason. All right, so get ready and we're going to begin our chair squats.
Let's begin in 3, 2, 1. So just like I said, stand up nice and tall. We're going to lean forward, push through those heels, squeeze our glutes, and come back down to a seated position. Again, remember to go at your own pace, focusing on form and taking your time. Keep it up. And finish in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax.
All right, y'all. Next move is going to be an abduction or a leg side kick. So I'll demonstrate the standing version before demonstrating the modification, but this should be a move that we're all pretty much familiar with. So it's one of those Fitball favorites, as I like to call it. So we'll start sitting up nice and tall, keeping your core tight. You can use a chair, a wall, a table for balance if you need to. And we're going to start on that right leg and just bring it out to the side as far as you can go. Now you're going to feel it right through here. I want you to squeeze those abductors and then slowly and in control, return that leg back down to center. Now, feel free, if you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can keep that leg elevated the entire time. But if you would like, you can rest that foot on the ground in between each rep, okay? Now, it is important to note that you want to make sure your leg only goes out as far as it can go without you leaning over. So, for example, if you bring that leg out to the side and you start to notice your upper body kind of leans, you have gone too far. So only go as far as you can go without leaning over with the upper body. So sitting up nice and tall, go up right about here would be my limit, but it might be here for you, it might be here, it might be higher, right? So go as far as you can go to maintain that form. Secondly, the modification would be seated. You're gonna come at the edge of your seat, nice and tall with the upper body. Starting on that right leg, we're going to bring it out to the side like so. That is the modification. Remember, we are going for a minute on each leg. So we're going to go the right and then repeat the same exercise on the left. All right, get ready. We are about to begin abduction.
All right, let's begin by standing up nice and tall, keeping that core tight. And 3, 2, 1. Bring that leg out to side and slowly and in control, bring it back down to midline. Engage those glute muscles out to the sides. Squeeze that glute when we bring that leg up. Keep it up, y'all. And last one, and relax. Great job. Let's switch sides and begin in 3, 2, 1. Bringing that heel out to the side and slowly but in control, bring that leg back down to midline. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job, and relax.
Okay, everyone, next move, and the last move of exercise block number 1 is adduction. So we just completed abduction. Now we're completing adduction, where we are focusing on the inner thigh, bringing the leg across our body. So again, same thing with the chair. We're going to stand up nice and tall, and we're actually going to be standing on the opposite leg, working the inner leg. So what that looks like is this. So left leg comes out in front of me, and I'm going to swing it across my body. Notice there's a slight bend in my knee. It's not all the way bent, just a slight bend, and then bring it back. Again, if you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can keep that foot elevated for the whole time, or you can always feel free to rest it in between each rep. Again, the focus here is form. So leg out in front, you're going to sweep it across. Again, just like the abduction, you don't want to turn too much. There'll be a slight turn, but you don't want to open up your hips. You want to try to keep them square and forward as well as your shoulders. So again, like so. All right, so there's a slight bend in your knee. You're going to feel it in the inner thigh. Modification is in the chair. You're actually going to grab a pillow or a Fitball if you have one, and you're going to come to the edge of your seat, standing up nice and tall. Pillow is in between your legs, and you are going to squeeze, hold for about 3 seconds, and release. Squeeze, hold for about 3 seconds, and release. You should feel that in the inner thigh. So again, that is your modification. We are going a minute each leg. So take your time, focus on your form, and let's begin.
And let's begin in 3, 2, 1. Keep up the good work. Switch legs and begin in 3, 2, 1.
Y'all, so that is the end of exercise block number 1. Go ahead and get a quick sip of water, catch your breath real quick, give yourself a minute break before starting exercise block number 2. All right, y'all, welcome back, and this is going to begin exercise block number 2. Remember, we have 3 exercises in each block. We'll complete them for a minute and then get a rest before we repeat exercise block number 1. This first move is a hip flexion leg extension combo, and we're going to be doing it seated in the chair. So we're going to come to the edge of our seat, standing up nice and tall, and we're going to drive our knee up for 30 seconds, just like so. So this is a hip flexion. We're going to drive our knee up for 30 seconds, and then the next 30 seconds, we're going to extend that leg into a leg extension. Notice that my toe is flexed, not pointed. We want to keep it flexed the whole time, squeezing that quad. Now, it's important to remember, feel free to go at your own pace and to rest that leg down on the ground in between each rep. These are one of those exercises that you're really going to feel the burn in that quadricep muscle, the muscle in the front of your thigh. It only lasts during the exercise, so if you need to take a little bit of a rest in between each rep, please feel free to do so. Remember, for time is all about going at your own pace. So again, 30 seconds on hip flexion, and then 30 seconds of leg extension for a minute total. We're going to repeat this exercise on each leg, and I will make sure to call out when we are halfway so you know to switch to the leg extension. All right, let's get ready.
All right, everyone, sit up nice and tall in your chair. Starting on that left leg, we are going to drive that knee up in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and switch to leg extensions in 3, 2, 1. All right, y'all, great job. Let's go ahead and switch legs and begin that hip flexion on your right leg. Go ahead and switch to leg extension in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, everyone, so this next move is actually one of my favorite seated exercises because you really feel the burn in your hamstrings. We are going to be doing a seated double leg hamstring curl. This is a seated version that incorporates both legs and your core. So what you want to do is go to the edge of your seat, bring your hands behind you to kind of stabilize yourself, but you want to make sure that your chest is nice and open and your upper body, although leaning back, is still straight. Then we're going to bring our legs out in front of us, heels are on the ground, toes are up, and we're going to drive those heels back, coming onto our toes. So it's that hamstring curl motion with both legs. Try to keep those feet together the whole time. Now remember, we're going for a minute. Important to go at your own pace. These are the type of exercise that you might not feel at first, but you're definitely going to feel after some time. So again, staying up nice and low with the upper body, using your arm behind you to stabilize, keeping those heels together. We're going heel, curl, toe, heel to toe, heel to toe. And again, we're going for a minute, going at your own pace. Let's begin.
All right, everyone, come to your edge of your seat and let's begin in 3, 2, 1.
All right, so last move of exercise block number 2 is going to be a glute kickback. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come facing our chairs. Hips, shoulders, knees, toes are squared towards our chair. We are going to hinge over at our hips ever so slightly, but keeping that core tight and that upper body nice and tall. And then we're going to stand on our left leg while pulling our right leg back. We're going to kick back and up. So back and up, squeezing that glute. And then right back down. Back and up, like so. Now you can, again, keep that leg elevated for the whole time, or you can tap that foot on the ground between every rep, reset, and begin again. It's important to note to keep that toe flexed the entire time, so we don't want to see this, we want to see it flexed. And remember to go at your own pace. We're going to go for a minute on the right leg and a minute on the left leg before getting a break and repeating exercise block number 1. So let's get ready and begin.
All right, y'all, let's hinge over at our hips and begin in 3, 2, 1. Great job, everybody. Let's get ready to switch legs.
So now that we just completed the exercise portion of this video, we are going to move into a nice cool down. So what I want you to do is come at the edge of your seat. We're going to do something I call a full body hamstring move. So what we're going to do is start on that right leg, extend that right leg. We're going to bring our arms up, back, and around, and then we're going to hinge at our hip, scooping the water, and then switching legs. Hinging out those hips. You're going to feel this stretch in your hamstring. So this is a good move to transition into a cool down. We want to make sure that we bring that heart rate back down to normal as we stretch and relax and recover. Focusing on our breathing here. Nice deep breaths. Inhale, exhale. Excellent. Keep it up. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale all the way up. And repeat. Keep going. Bringing that heart rate back down to normal. A few more. Last one. And let's go ahead and bring that right leg out in front of us, hinging forward. We're going to inhale forward, Exhale, reach as far as you can. And let's stretch out that right hamstring here. Focusing on our breathing here. Big inhale. Let's see if we can reach a little bit further into that stretch. Exhale, relax. Big inhale, come up one vertebrae at a time. Exhale, relax. Let's switch legs. Left leg out in front of us. We're going to inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, reach as far as you can. And relax. Focusing on our breathing. Let's inhale, come a little bit further into that stretch. Exhale, relax. Inhale, come up one vertebrae at a time. Exhale, relax. Let's move into a hip stretch or inner thigh stretch. We did some of that abduction and adduction today, so this will be helpful for both of those. What I want you to come do is come all the way to the back of your seat. And then you're going to walk your feet out to the side as far as you can get them. And we're going to inhale, push those knees out, and lean forward as far as you can go. And we're going to hold it here and breathe. Keep that chest open, drop those shoulders. Focusing on our breathing. Excellent job, keep it up. Let's inhale, come a little bit further into that stretch. Exhale, relax. Inhale, come up. Exhale, relax. Walk those feet back into the middle. We're going to move into a quad stretch. Now, there are lots of versions of the quad stretch based on your balance and your flexibility. I'm going to demonstrate standing first and move our way down to a seated modification. Standing quad stretch, you can use a chair, wall, table for balance. I'm going to use my left hand on the chair, and you're going to bring your heel back, and you want to actually pull your hips forward. So a lot of people stretch the quad like this. It really doesn't isolate that quadricep muscle as much as we would like. So you're going to stand up tall, lean back a little bit, and pull your hips forward. Okay, so you're going to hold that, feeling it right through here as well for about 30 seconds. You can use a stretch band or a dog leash if you have one to hold your foot up if you can't get it all the way back. Or we can come seated. Sliding off the edge of our seat, using our left hand to kind of stabilize ourselves on this chair. You can hold below it as well if you need to, and bring that heel back and let it hang off the edge of that seat. Leaning back, bringing those hips forward. That's the modification. Whichever one you choose, we're going to go for 30 seconds on each leg. Hold out leg, bring those hips forward, stand up nice and tall. Again, feel free to use a stretch band if you struggle with getting that heel back, or a dog leash around your foot. You can also do this seated, like the modification I just demonstrated for y'all. Just focusing on my breathing here. Ten more seconds on this right leg. And big inhale, let's relax and switch legs. Again, you can do the same thing in the chair, seated for this next one. Coming to the edge of your seat, letting that left leg hang off that chair. Grab under the chair, just stabilize yourself, pull that heel back, stand up nice and tall and pull those hips forward. You're still gonna feel it in. That's a great stretch if you need to do this seated. And again, you can also use a stretch band or a dog leash on that modification version as well. I'm going to demonstrate it standing. Same thing, we're going to pull our heel back and then pull our hips forward, sitting up nice and tall. Focusing on deep breathing, just drive those hips forward to feel that stretch to that quadricep muscle. We're going to feel it all the way up to our hip. That muscle lengthen. Big inhale and exhale, relax. We're going to move to the last stretch of our cool down into a figure four, another Fit Steps favorite for you today. We're going to bring that ankle onto that knee, edge of our seat. Nice and tall with the upper body. You're going to pull up on that foot and push down on that knee. Focusing on our breathing. Big inhale, let's lean a little bit further into that stretch. Exhale, relax. Inhale, let's come up. Exhale, relax that leg, and let's switch to that left leg. Left leg over right knee, pulling up on that foot, pushing down that knee, nice and tall with that upper body. Now, if you struggle with getting your ankle over your knee, you can scoot all the way back and just let that ankle relax on the base of that chair, and you can still lean forward. That is an option. Stretch. Inhale, let's lean a little bit further. Exhale, relax. Inhale, let's come all the way up. Exhale, relax that leg. Excellent job today. I hope you enjoyed that lower body video. Remember, the reason that we go for time is so that you can go at your own pace. So make sure that you're challenging yourself, but you're doing what you're comfortable with, what you can handle. And remember, the most important thing is the emphasis on form. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Keep an eye out for your emails for next week's Workout Wednesday video. Have a great day. Thanks, y'all.